Let's watch another Trump press conference as he continues his near historic run at lying while in office, doing just outright propaganda at this point, while trying to turn the government into a business that works for him and his rich cronies, now practically admitting, hey, MAGA, I lied to you. Hey you, yes, you. We now have a Substack website where you can help support the channel. For just $8 a month, you can get daily articles exposing the chaos in Trump's first 100 days, a weekly podcast, and other exclusive perks, all while helping the channel grow and defend democracy. This is something that's not just very important to me, but enables us to get our message out to the most amount of people while also being just a genuine passion that I would love to pursue. So for those who have been wondering how to support the channel, how to help us grow, you can sign up now at the first link in our description. Thank you, and let's get back to the video.
We had gasoline at $1.84. We actually had it much lower than that for a little period of time, but we had it at $1.84. And then they took my policy and they really messed it up. And then they went back to my policy. You know, they always said, well, we were drilling just as much. What they don't say is, if I were there, we would have been double or triple that number. But they basically took my policy because it was going through the roof. They said, we're really in trouble. So they went back to my policy as much as they could, but not all the way back. And the energy is what caused us the problem. They went up at the beginning, if you remember. Then they went back to try and bring it down. They had to harness that horse. But they went back, and it went up, and it went up really dramatically, and that caused everything else to go up. And energy goes up, and energy, when it comes down, we're going to bring a lot of things. So we're counting on you guys to supply and demand to bring that cost of energy down. You bring that down, and everything else is going to follow.
Couple things to note with this one. First thing is how hilarious it is. He's essentially telling his voters it's on them now to bring down the price of energy after promising he would be able to slash it on day one. Now, apparently, he realizes he won't be able to do that, probably because he realized Biden already has us the most energy independent we've ever been in history. So drill, baby, drill isn't a real solution to anything. Second, though, gas never got under $2 a gallon under Trump pre-COVID. In fact, before COVID, gas rose each year under Trump. He just benefited from inheriting low gas prices. Right before COVID, Trump then went on to slash OPEC, which hurt our supply chain for oil. And then you can draw a one-to-one line from that to why gas prices inevitably shot up. So not only did Trump not have a policy to get gas prices low, like he's pretending that Democrats copied here or something, he objectively is the reason they got worse.
There's no reason to allow millions of criminals into our country, millions. People that were, I'd say 3 million, 4 million, 21 million people all told, but 3 million, 4 million criminals, many, many thousands and thousands of murderers, people that murdered people, killers, people that murdered 2 people, 3 people, and even 4 people in jail, in solitary confinement. They let them out of jails from all over the country, but really from all over the world.
This is where, you know, the critical thinking skills of MAGA are in the bin. They definitely fall a little short. Do they literally think we're just letting people in with criminal backgrounds? Because we don't. We've had the same standard for who we let in under Trump as under Biden in terms of like criminal background and background checks and whatever. No border policy was passed. Republicans consistently shot down every attempt of it in 2021 and reconciliation in 2023. And the only Biden executive order 1 year ago made it a lot harder to get across the border and led to border crossings dropping. So I would love to know the policy MAGA pretends exists, that change that Biden put in office that made it where we're letting a bunch of criminals in now. Or do they think that these people are just like sneaking it, right? And not being checked, because in which case we aren't going to know who they are then. So how would you know that they're criminals? It's all so easily a fairy tale. Like, this is stuff that doesn't even pass the basic sniff test of, is it bullshit? Then mixed with the fact that all data will show you that immigrants commit less crime than US born citizens, they work at similar rates, they pay into social services, and by all accounts, they make up for upstanding members of society, both legal and undocumented. And if your issue is where there's all these people who are undocumented and we don't know who they are or what they're doing and they're lost in the system and all these children, and wouldn't we then want more pathways for them to become citizens so we can find out who they are, know who they are, and have them in the system? I mean, the entire conservative worldview is just counterproductive, really.
So much about the word groceries. I used to use groceries a lot on the trail. A word, it's like sort of an old-fashioned word, groceries. but groceries is the word that's the most accurate word. And the price of groceries went through the roof. Bacon was levels like nobody's ever seen. You take a look at eggs today. I mean, the eggs are double, triple, quadruple. They're going through the roof. Now, there's some problems that may, a little outside problem with eggs maybe. But, we inherited a mess.
It's, again, hilarious that now he's in office and all of a sudden he understands the nuance of outside elements possibly affecting prices and how inheriting a mess can make rebounding and fixing things all the more difficult, despite him objectively being handed a much better situation than he handed Biden, an objectively strong economy. But let's not forget his promise. He promised this to the voters over and over again on the campaign trail, how on day one, he would have an executive order that would slash grocery prices and we would feel it immediately and there would be no wait and he would save the economy and all of this. And well, we're 15 days in, 16, 17 days in, 18 days in, however many, the executive order hasn't came. It isn't being worked on. And now he's saying he probably won't even be able to do that stuff. I mean, great job, MAGA. You really own the libs and save the economy. Trump has admitted he's unable to lower grocery prices. He's unable to end the conflicts that are kind of his fault. He's unable to bring down energy prices. But hey, he is targeting civil rights era legislation in the Department of Education that targets or guaranteed special needs education for kids and that they won't be left behind. And he's getting trans kids out of sports. So he's doing the thing, right?